Alright, hello and welcome to Drop Zone 202. Today's video is going to be on a whole bunch of different things. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you a couple different methods, a little bit less than standard methods. So far as getting earrings in, taping up, and stretching up, mainly using tapers though. I'll show you a couple things on the table here. What you need is bondage tape. So you got bondage tape, Teflon tape, caliper. If you have caliper though, way to go. Spending the money and the time and the energy on doing all this stuff. If you're having problems like I have had, it's nice to have, just so you know, because sometimes you go to the body shop and they tell you, oh yeah, this is a 00 gauge, oh yeah, this is 1/2 inch, yeah, blah blah blah. And then it's a size bigger, it's a size smaller. You can't always tell just by looking at it, you know. Here, so you'll see a couple different things. This is handmade taper. I'll explain that in a sec here. This is a 2-part taper. I'll explain that as well. This is a taped taper. And then we have the differences in types of earrings so far as how it makes it easier on you. So the first thing here is I'll show you this. This is kind of what I just started doing for this last stretch. I went 2.7 millimeter jump. I skipped a size and went straight to 1/2 inch from 00. So these measured out at, yeah, okay, they're reading out at 11.9. So you can see that on there. Hopefully you can read that and it doesn't get all reversed. 0.8 millimeters smaller than the earrings that I put in, and I was having problems with it. I could get the taper in, but I could not get the earrings in. Obviously there's a bit of a size jump, and you have the fact that on something, I mean, like this, where's the other half? Something like this, where it has kind of a sharp edge to it, you can see, it gets hooked on your ear, you know, it's fresh, it's sore, you don't want it to be doing anything like that. These ones that I have in, so you get it in the light there, they have a round back on them. I mean, they're not steel, so they don't slide in as easy. It's harder to spin them around and everything like that, get them in. But they have rounded edges, so it's more comfortable to put that in there. So what I did was I got the tapers in, had no problem putting those in, but the fact that there was, you know, that 0.8 millimeter difference on a fresh stretch, I had a problem. I got these for free from the body shop, so yeah, I put these in, you know, I couldn't get the new earrings in, so what I did was took these out real quick, went to a skill saw, cut it off right at the edge where it tapers to being level, and wore this, you know, I sand it down. Make sure if you're going to do that, you sand it down nice so it's nice and smooth. It's not going to irritate the inside of your ear. You know, you're already fucking around with your ear enough. You don't need to have a little piece of plastic scratching the inside or skin growing around it and then pulling the scab off or something like that if you're stretching that hard. So wore this for a bit. You know, you can still use this as a taper because it's at the maximum peak. That's why it's nice to have the caliper, because you can measure that out. So did that, wore this for a day until I got these earrings, which had a smoother back on them. Went and had a shower. So what that does is it warms up the skin, loosens the skin, makes it easier to just to put plugs in, to put tapers in, anything. It's just easier on your ear. So that's this. That helps, as well as, I mean, you can put your earring on there, push it through. It's just easier. And then there's this, which much less recommended than that last one. But you know, if you're struggling and you're as frustrated as I am, and you need to do it now, this is made out of wood. This is maple. I measured out the size, and then I circled it on a piece of wood, on a piece of maple that I cut, and cut just a straight piece, and then filed it down with some sandpaper and a Dremel, and then I dremeled out this edge here So you can take your earring, hopefully it'll focus there, set it right on top. So you can take your taper, put it through, and then just pull this out. And I know because it's wood, you'd worry that it's going to be hard, it hurts your ear to stretch it. That's why it's not a bad idea to file this or sand this, to sand this slightly smaller than the earring itself. Then you take bondage tape and put that on top. Slides nice and smooth, doesn't hurt. Put it right through to the earring. You can even make it slightly bigger than the earring so that the earring goes in that much smoother. So there's that. So we have a cut taper and we have homemade taper, which both kind of work. The other thing, which I haven't really touched on, is the types of earrings. Like I know I said it's nice for it to have a smooth edge, so I know this is a double flare in a much smaller size. But you see how it has smooth edges? Hopefully you can see that. So it has smoother edges. So if you're putting something new in, you want to have something like that. You want it to be smooth if you're having troubles getting to size, because it just makes it that much easier on you, right? As opposed to having a sharp edge like this that's going to hook your skin. You're going to have all these different problems. So there's that. And then, I put plugs in, and the plugs worked pretty well because they had smooth edges. They were nice. But you always have that problem with pinching the edge and trying to stick it in when it's real tight and it's not right there, when it's easy to put them in. So sometimes it's nice, even if you don't have a proper size tape or anything like that, something that you can find that's clean and safe to stick into a tunnel. Find a tunnel that has, reasonably smooth edges or isn't metal, because it's just going to be that little bit softer on your ear, even though it's not going to go in as easy. It's not going to slide as easy because it's more porous. But you can take your taper and put it right inside. So after you've already slid a taper through, generally people have 2 tapers, put one in, let it sit, grab your earring, put your taper in like this, and kind of set it in nice so it doesn't want to spin. Push the other taper out, put this one in, and you can kind of spin it, you can kind of wiggle it, you can feel the back, you can go nice and gentle, and you don't need to worry about dropping your earring, you don't need to worry about it, falling in the toilet, or any of that stupid stuff. It's nice and easy. Once it's in, you just kind of pinch right here, and pops off. So it's that easy. It stays in your ear. You can screw the back on while the taper is in your ear and then release it. It's nice and simple. So yeah, that's Drop Zone 202. Have a good night. Fuck! Of course I lost the clear one. I don't know where the hell that's gonna be. Oh, I'm gonna have a fun time finding that.